To be successful in any given venture, you've got to have certain skill sets. In business, you've got to have key skill sets to achieve. If you don't have these, you're not going to do as well, and you can even fail. In this episode, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the keys that you see. I've narrowed down to about 5 of them that are going to help you, and you are going to like this. So stay tuned on this episode of Agorapreneurs.
Welcome to Agorapreneurs, standing for liberty and freedom, all done peacefully. Now, here is your guide, Terry Brock.
Agorapreneurs is a way for you to learn how to achieve the entrepreneurial dreams that you want. Matter of fact, the preneur part comes from entrepreneur, and the Agora part is living voluntarily. Live and let live is what we talk about. This is what it's all about. And one of those things in business that's very important is knowing that you have to have certain fundamental key skill sets. What we're going to do here is I'm going to talk about the 5 skills that will give you the ability to get ahead. And the number 1 is very, very important you want to get, and that is sales and marketing. Sales and marketing are going to be important because without the sales, you're not going anywhere. Now, unless you get a whole lot of funding up front from some venture capital or some angel investors that are there for you, you're not going to do very well. For many of us, it's bootstrapping. It's getting out there and getting a sale and living off of that. Invest it, take what we need to live, pay your taxes, do the things you have to do legally, and then you invest the rest to grow the business and make it more. Sales and marketing are what's going to fuel this. It starts with marketing. It starts with ways that you're going to let people know what you can do and how you're going to be able to help them. By doing that, you're going to be able to grow. You're going to be able to do more, but you still have to have those sales skills. Having skills of how to connect with others, how to think like they are. Where are their problems? Too many people start out saying, "Hi, I'm wonderful. Here's my product. I want to sell this." And that's not the way to do it. Instead, you want to find out their needs, find out where they are hurting and how you can provide for them. Number 2. You want to make sure that you know about economics. Now, that might sound strange. A lot of people don't know much about economics. And they go, "Oh, why do I need to know that?" Well, it's important because these are fundamentals on how life works. There's macroeconomics and microeconomics. I remember studying this stuff in school. It was a lot of fun. The macro is like the big picture of where we're going, the supply, how much money is being pumped in there. Do we have inflation? Do we have deflation? Those kind of things. And those are important to know because how we behave is going to be affected by economics, whether we like it or not. For instance, the idea of supply and demand. Many politicians don't understand that. They don't understand you can't just go out and create something and tell people to do it because you think it's a good idea. You start using force and coercion, that's another thing, and governments will do that. We'll see that people will use force to try to get something done, but supply and demand and being in a live and let live environment gives you the ability to operate in the real world. On a micro level, that means sales and your revenue and short-term revenue, your costs, competition, things like that. Those are important. Here's what I'd recommend. I'd recommend you get a look into a book by Ludwig von Mises called Human Action. Now, it's a big one. It's got a lot in there, but boy, does it really make sense. You can find out about economics and what really matters and how to become a better person, because economics is more than just money. Economics is about how you interface with the world and what you're doing and what can be done. Get to know economics really well. And number 3, time management skills. I have found the successful people I've been around, when I watch them and I get a chance to interface with them, going different places, they're very conscious of time. Always conscious of time. They got clocks in different places in their rooms. They're looking at their watch. They're going, "Okay, what time is it? Can we get this done?" And they are relentless with themselves to make sure they get things done. Here's what you want to do is study time management. Get a chance to know some of the details out there. I'm giving you the big picture here, but learn about time management and what you need to do and what you should not do. Warren Buffett says it very well. Successful people will say no 19 times for every one time that they say yes, because there's always going to be people asking for your time, your most precious resource. "Oh, can I take just a minute? I just want to take a couple of minutes of your time." Well, they're taking it. But if you can invest and you go, "Okay, it's worth it. It's worth a good investment to talk to this person. She always has something good to say. I want to listen to what she has to say today." Okay, that's good. But don't let people take your time. Be relentless with it. Know when it's time to go fast, when it's time to be urgent. John Kotler's got a number of good books out on urgency and how to do things, get it done like that. There's also a time to slow down. Okay, we don't want to push quite so much. We need to take this carefully and slowly. Make sure you don't rush into things too fast. And there's also a time to stop. a time to take that rest. And folks like you and me, you know who I'm talking to. You and I love what we're doing. So we go all the time. You definitely need some time to step back, catch your breath, and rejuvenate. That is going to be important. Time management is step number 3. Now, here's one that's very interesting, and a lot of people don't think about it, but step number 4 is analytical skills. You want to know your numbers. Know your numbers. Every business has certain numbers. What are sales? How many people are we reaching? What kind of expenses do we have? What kind of revenue do we have coming in? What's projected over the next month? What kind of cash flow do we have? Those kind of numbers are important. You want to know that. You want to make sure that you look at them. I remember speaking for a group. I was asked to speak down in Colombia, in Bogota. A gentleman named Carlos Slim from Mexico asked me, he and his people asked me to come down and do a presentation. And I was fascinated as I got a chance to know him, seeing how he was very good and really knew numbers. I just had the opportunity to just on occasion, we were in a mingle, like getting some snacks and sitting down at some chairs and having some drinks in the evening one time. I sat down to this and talked with this gentleman. Come to find out, he's a business partner with Carlos. Carlos is his partner in a venture that they have. And he said that Carlos had the ability to look at the spreadsheets, look at the numbers, look at the cash flow statement, the P&L statement, and say, okay, we need some help on this area right here. We need more of this, or, ooh, we should stop doing that. By knowing your numbers, you're able to do much better. So learn those analytical skills, learn accounting, learn finance. That doesn't mean you have to become an accountant, but know enough about it that you can talk intelligently about it. See, a lot of these skills that we're talking about here, you'll want other people to do predominantly, but you want to have enough of a command of that so that when someone says, how are we doing on cash flow? How's our P&L? Or how is the ratio of this important number or that you at least understand that and you can work with it then. Have those numbers, have that kind of understanding. And number 5, the most important, effective communication skills. Okay, I'll admit I'm a little bit biased toward that because I like to communicate both on the hard skill side and on the soft skill side. But be careful. Many times people think, oh, that's just the soft skills. We don't need it. Sometimes those are the most important. Matter of fact, most of the time, those are the most important. The soft skills, how you connect with people on emotional intelligence. Daniel Goleman has written a number of good books on that you want to take a look at. I've really enjoyed his work on understanding the emotion, being with people, listening to them. These are all important communication skills. And I've seen some top CEOs of major companies. Just one of the nice things about the life that I've had, I'm very lucky to have bumped into some really important people who are very famous sometimes. Sometimes they've achieved a great deal. Everyone to a person has been very good with communication, connecting with people, letting other people feel important and letting them know they sincerely do care about them because people will see through somebody who's putting up a front real quickly. What you want to do is be there, listen to them. I like the idea of what Chris Brogan says, grow bigger ears. Grow bigger ears. Listen more. Pay attention to what others are going through, where their challenges are. And if you do that and really work on those communication skills, you're going to do well. Well, there's 5 key traits that you can use, 5 things that can help you in business. Are there more? Well, yeah, a lot of other things are very important in business, and many of them will fall under those 5 categories as well. I would encourage you to look at those, find out which ones you need to kind of tweak and tone up. Which ones do you need to adjust? Which ones do you think, okay, I'm doing pretty well in this area, but I need to go back for some others. And I would love to hear from you. Matter of fact, one of the things that I do is I talk about communication, and I do a lot of training helping people to look good on camera, to come across well, learn what cameras to use, what microphones you should use, like I'm using here. What skills do you need to effectively communicate on video? What soft skills are needed there and how to get along in those areas as well. And if I can help you out on that, by all means, give me a holler because I would love to hear from you. We'll be able to help you. You can reach me at terry@terrybrock.com is my email, and that's going directly to me. So I will pay attention to that, and I'd love to hear from you. And wherever you're getting this, we'd love to hear from you. Please subscribe and let us know what you think. So thank you for joining me today, and I wish you much continued success in building your entrepreneurial business skills. Thank you very much for joining us today here on Agorapreneurs. We're all about your freedom, liberty, and being the entrepreneur that you are, reaching out to achieve the goals that you want. Whether you're an entrepreneur on your own or maybe operating within another enterprise or organization, whether you're a solopreneur or part of a much larger enterprise, we are here for you to help you get the skills and the technology, the right thinking of mind, right frame of mind, how to increase your connections, building those relationships in business that matter. Don't forget, we've got the 5K program, help you in creating content, no charge to you. You go over and you can look at that at terrybrock.com/5K. Notice the K is lowercase, and you'll be able to get that information, no charge, and you'll also be able to sign up for the newsletter that we send out, the Agorapreneurs Power Report, so you stay right up to date on what's going on. And if you need to reach me, my email is best way to get in touch with me, terry@terrybrock.com. Hey, thanks for being with me today. I'm looking forward to hearing from you.